breaking news coming in as India's retail inflation hits a 14-month high. Retail inflation rises to 6.21% in October, significant increase from September's 5.49%. RBI's tolerance band breached. Food prices drive the surge. Well, that is the big breaking news that we're getting you at this point in time. As far as India's retail inflation hits a 14-month high, where the retail inflation right now stands at 6.21%. My colleague Sumita is joining me to get us more details. Well, Sumita, take us through what is going to be the implication of these rise in inflation. What we're given to understand is that this is a significant rise from 5.49% in September to 6.21% in October.
Absolutely. So, in fact, this is the highest that inflation print has been in well over a year. In fact, if you see the January print, this inflation prints to that 5.10%. And now in October, it has risen to 6.21%. Important to note that while that figure of 5.10% stood in January, that came down marginally in July to 3.54%. But then again, it kept breaching that level 3.54 to then it rose 3.65, 5.49, and finally at 6.2%. Now, if you compare this year on year, well, October 2024 is 6.21%. October 2023, it was 4.87%. And the key reason for this high inflation really is high food prices, which have pulled up the whole inflation basket. So if you look at inflation in food basket, rose to 10.87% in October, which stood at 9.2% in the month of September. Important to also note that this has reached RBI's upper tolerance level of 6%. The inflation print had already reached that 4% target for the first time in July, but definitely it is food inflation that is accounting for nearly half the consumer price index, and that is pulling up the overall index higher, and definitely more pain for consumers. We know that the government is doing several drives so far as distributing onions and tomatoes are concerned, because their price has seen a significant shift. But we'll have to see what measures does the government really take in curbing, in controlling this inflation number going forward.